Spartan racing isn't for the casual athlete. It's a way to push you to and beyond your own limits. Alyssa Charleston has a story of a local man who needed this more than he could possibly imagine.
Our minds tell us to quit something hard before our bodies are really ready to give up. Whether for good or for bad, Scott Giltner loves pushing past that voice in his head, something he first learned when he joined the military.
Being in basic training, I loved it. A lot of physical training, and then also a lot of mental training too to keep us up. We'd have like 3 hours of sleep every night, working off of minimal sleep and food, running until we puked, and so, I don't know, I've always enjoyed that kind of thing.
So when a friend at church invited him to a Spartan race after returning from a 2-year tour in Iraq, he didn't hesitate. They're known for grueling obstacles like army crawling under barbed wire or leaping over walls of fire. But in his first go, Giltner finished in the top 5%.
So I ended up getting a trifecta that first year. Last year I was sponsored, like fully sponsored. They paid for my lodging, my airfare, and my races. So I ran a bunch of races, felt really good about myself. I placed really well, world championship.
Success like that was intoxicating and dangerous for a personality like his.
It's crazy. I can get addicted to anything.
After returning home to Post Falls, he and his comrades would go drinking to celebrate survival and to cope with all they saw.
Kids carrying rifles, AKs, just like they were toys. Drinking again just brought it all back up. It was my way of being able to feel emotions.
But his solution became his problem. When it came to alcohol, his body had enough, but his mind always said more. That habit turned into his first DUI, violating his contract with the military, and he was kicked out.
Failure. Because that was my identity. My identity was a soldier, and sometimes I still associate myself that way because it was almost like it was stolen from me. I became more of a loner, and I ended up being homeless for 3 months in Charlotte. I just slept in my car on the streets and went to bars.
Which turned into more DUIs, a 10-year fight with alcohol and with himself, the whole time believing he was in control of the addiction. When he finally realized that he wasn't, he tried several times to take his own life.
But it was just mainly just a feeling of hopelessness and that there was no more reason to move on.
But that one invite from a friend to compete in a Spartan race may have saved his life. He now has something to work for, abusing his body for good.
My muscles are going to be sore, but it's going to feel good because it's something that I accomplished. I'm better tomorrow than I was today.
Giltner knows alcoholism is not like a race with a finish line. It's an everyday battle, but it's one he's winning right now. This month marks his first full year of sobriety in a decade. I still struggle with it. It's like, you can have a drink and you'll be fine because you've done all these other things. And it's like, I already know what failing feels like. Now I want to know what trying, giving 100% feels like, because I've never experienced that.
Thank you to Alyssa. A great story. Giltner looking for sponsorship to continue racing so he can continue to share his story with people who may also be struggling with alcohol.